Thank you, James. We're very excited to be collaborating with Issuer Direct as part of our initiative to help our companies be public more effectively and at a lower cost. This continues our mission to make better informed and more efficient markets. We'll now move into the demonstration portion of the webinar. And I'd also like to announce that to promote the new services and improved information sharing for our companies, we're giving our OTCQB and OTCQX issuers 2 free press releases with Issuer Direct's newswire called AccessWire for the 2018 calendar year. So to get us started, I'll demonstrate how to access this offer. I've already logged in to the password-protected OTCIQ account, and I will continue on to the Add News Release section. Here, in addition to our existing news distribution options, we've added an AccessWire. And by clicking Get Started, it will take you to their platform, and you'll be able to submit that press release across the wire at that point in time. I'd also like to point out that you will see the discount applied at the end of the transaction. But for now, I do want to take a deeper dive into the bigger suite of Issuer Direct services. So back on the OTCIQ account, you will see a new tab called Issuer Direct Services. This is the pathway you will take to enter the Issuer Direct platform and be able to receive the special pricing for OTCQB and OTCQX companies. From this page, you'll be able to set up your new account or be a return user. So we'll go ahead and get started. Several prompts as a first-time user to create your account. This, again, is helping to establish your Issuer Direct profile. Here is where you'll create your passwords for the first time. And we've now successfully entered into the Issuer Direct universe as an OTCQX or OTCQB company. So James, I will pass the demonstration now to you.
Thank you, Mary. As you can see, the screen that we're looking at right now is where you can choose and select the different packages and solutions, services that we are offering through the OTC Issuer Direct Alliance. Very easy payment gateway. You just go ahead and select the one that you want, click continue, and then there's going to be payment information here. Just credit card information just gets entered in. As soon as it's all entered in, it's a very quick and easy payment gateway functionality that will then bring you directly into our ecosystem with the choice of the specific packages, bundles, services that you have chosen. Okay, now that we have walked through the payment information, we're going to be getting into the actual platform itself. I've logged us here into our demo account, and as you can see here in the upper left-hand corner, this is the demo account logo. This would obviously be the logo of the particular company. This dashboard screen serves as a executive management screen for companies to be able to do things like add and delete users, change the services that are with Issuer Direct, change company profile information. It also gives you the ability of very quickly and easily taking a look at all the different services and functions that are going on within the organization in a very quick login aspect. So if you think about something like event-based management, where on a quarterly or an annual earnings announcement, you're going to have at least 2 EDGAR filings, 2 press releases, a conference call, a webcast, information that needs to populate to the investor relations website, messaging that information out to the shareholders. Sometimes this is 8 to 10 different vendors, right? All of these things can be handled here within this particular platform and can be managed very quickly and easily by looking at this dashboard screen and looking at the timeline. On the left-hand side of the screen here is where you can navigate between some of the different services that we're offering. In the OTC platform, it's news distribution, the earnings call, the investor relations portal, and SEC reporting. So let's roll here into news distribution. And what we're going to see here is that this is where you can pick your news distribution. It's very easy, right? Is it a U.S. national immediate? Is it something that needs to be scheduled? How is this news release going to go through? And we'll do a project setup here in just a second. But then earnings calls. exactly the same way. Is this a webcast and teleconference? Is it webcast only, or is it teleconference only? Investor Relations Portal, this is actually a full CMS or content management system where you can go in and change the information that is posting onto your investor relations website in real time. You can always do this by interfacing with our staff who's here 24 hours a day, but some of our clients like to be able to do these things online, right? So let's get into SEC reporting, and I'll walk you through how to utilize the system to file a document, show you how easy it is. We handle every type of form that the SEC accepts. We just break out the most common ones for you. Things like an 8K or a 6K or Section 16 documents, registration statements. All of the other form types are here, but it's just easier to click the 8K button than it would be to scroll through the 600 or 700 different form types that the SEC has. Then we give you a timeline look of just SEC reporting projects. Sometimes that's important. You may have multiple SEC reporting projects going on at once. Then there's this previous work tab. And the previous work tab functions not only as a digital document library, but also as a digital process library. So I'm going to come in here into a project that has a little bit of workflow associated with it. And what you're going to see is here on the right-hand side is a full timeline of events that is both user, date, and time stamped. All of these individuals that are here within this subscriber box, and this is the demo account, so it says demo IT account, but this would be somebody's name. These are the individuals that are going to get a notification anytime anything happens with this particular project. And whether it's the project's been set up, there were changes that were uploaded, a proof is available, whatever the scenario may be, these are the individuals that are going to get a notification of that. So this system also functions as a proof distribution mechanism for your SEC filings, which is not only significantly more secure because you're not passing information around via email, but it is also a way to eliminate any of those potential version control issues that you've ever had. All of the individuals that are here have very granular permission sets that are associated. And as you can see, I cannot deselect this demo IT account from getting a notification because they have mandatory notifications on every SEC reporting project. But that's not necessarily the case. You can set the permissions up so that individual people, you can toggle on and off their notification or proof distribution notification. So let's go ahead and jump right into our SEC filing software now, right? So that was kind of the proof distribution and the workflow side of things. And what we're going to look at now is I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get an 8K filed with the SEC. So I'm just going to pull a sample 8K document here off of my desktop. And what you're going to notice is that we're taking this document and we have now rendered this document into fully compliant HTML that can be filed with the SEC right now. That's literally how fast this system is we could go right up here to file with the SEC and we could file this 8K with the SEC right now. And as you can see, we turned an embedded Excel table into the showpiece financial document that you want when you want something filed with the SEC. And I will pull up the source document here so that you can see exactly what that source document looked like and how easy it is to take something that is a Word document with embedded Excel tables and turn it into a filing that you literally can just click file with the SEC and be filed within a minute, right? Simply a Word document with an embedded Excel table. We took this table, turned it into this showpiece. All of the parameters within this particular table are customizable, right? So if you wanted your gutter columns to be twice as wide or all of your rules underlined, or if you wanted your shading in purple, all of those things can be done either for this particular table or globally throughout the whole document, right? Now, this looks like Microsoft Word. It's not. This is a full HTML WYSIWYG editor. So anything you can do within Microsoft Word, you can do here within this editor, right? Undos, redos, underlining things, shading things. All of that is built directly into this particular program. Redlining functionality is built in there. You can actually do version controls from version 1 to version 9 or version 3 to version 7 and send those around as a proof to everybody. All of this is very easy and simple and part of the package. gives you your training that is incorporated with utilizing this particular system. Now, where this really shines, and this is where usually people really start to get that aha moment, is we've all been in those scenarios where the lawyers say, hey, we need to change this comma to a semicolon and go ahead and file. What happens? You print the document out, you circle the comma, you say make this comma a semicolon, you scan it, you send it back to whoever the Edgar agent is. The Edgar agent makes the change, sends you back a proof. You and the attorneys, everybody looks over the proof, comes back and say, yeah, okay, we're ready to file. You go ahead and tell the financial printer or the Edgarizer to go ahead and file, and then you wait for the confirmation of the filing to come back, right? Or you literally can come in here and change this comma to a semicolon and go and hit file with the SEC. Literally taking something that could have taken anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour and a half, depending on how long people are taking to look at their emails, down to 2 seconds, 1 second, right? Process efficiency is what this is all about, right? We're all working with very limited resources, and the most expensive thing in this world is time. And this system gives you the ability of focusing more on the strategic focus of your business and less on the doldrums of reporting, right? So let's go back into the system. And now that we've seen the Edgar portion of this particular job, let's get into what the XBRL is going to look like, right? So here at the top of this job is our XBRL tab. And we're going to go ahead and review this proof of the XBRL within our XBRL check program. And so what this system is this is a proprietary system that we've built that gives you the ability of looking through your XBRL and approving the XBRL in minutes rather than hours. If you've ever been passing spreadsheets back and forth, that's a very bad way to do XBRL. This is much, much easier. The left-hand side of the document is where you can navigate between the different sections of the XBRL. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and click here into the consolidated statement of operations. And what you'll see is that these first 3 columns here, these are the same columns that you've seen 1,000 times on the SEC's website. We mimic the look and feel of the SEC's Edgar database when it comes to XBRL, so that not only is this a taxonomy proofing tool, but this is also a visual proofing tool, so you're going to know what your XBRL is going to look like once it gets filed. Then we break out the taxonomy for you, and whether or not, yes, this is the right taxonomy, or hey, no, choose a different one, right? And if we come in there, we can say no, and we can add a comment. And as you can see, everything is user date, time, and round stamped. Again, keeping with that idea of audit tracking capability. Now we're going to come back here to the Edgar project, and this is where we can then navigate or add additional services. And I will show you how to set up a news filing, right? So we're going to go over here into the news distribution function, and let's go ahead and say that we want to do a scheduled U.S. national earnings release, right? So we're going to say that this is an earnings release and U.S. national, and then we're going to schedule the date and time that we want this to go out at. And let's go ahead and say that we're going to do this for the 15th. And we'll do it at 1:30 p.m. That no, there's not going to be an 8K associated with this because I'll show you how to add one in just a second. But then we're going to walk through the setup process, right? No, we don't need either one of these 2 items. And then there's additional enhancements that we can add to these things. But we're just going to move on along the line for setting up the project. You can add files, and these are going to come straight from your desktop or any cloud storage device. And then you walk through, and then this verification point is where you can look at this particular project and say, okay, this is what I want to go ahead and set up. And if there are additional individuals over and above the people that we have already set up within the system that need to get notification of this project, then you simply just invite them to the system right here. And then as we come through, now you'll see this is a very similar screen to that SEC reporting project that we had before. This is what all the job screens look like. And so all of Everything that happens to this particular project is going to be documented here on the right-hand side in this timeline. Now, let's say that we didn't set this up as an 8K, but now we want to, right? So we literally can just come in here and we're going to add a reporting project to this. And we're going to come down and we're going to say, you know what? We need to go ahead and make this an 8K. Give it a reference tag and move on. Same project setup that happened before. And we'll just go ahead and walk through this. And now you can see that within this same job, there is both a reporting section as well as a press release section. All of that is associated with the same job number here. Makes it easy, simple, and fast to be able to do. So just to reiterate before we get into the question and answer session here, is everything that you need as a public company: press releases, your IR website, webcasts, Edgar, and XBRL, for a flat fixed fee of $10,153.71.